What's up, travelers? Prinston Hicks coming to you from the Cineverse. And what I want to talk about today is the idea of your business becoming a mirror of who you are. Now, I came across this concept when I was looking back some of my old videos, and I thought to myself, was this really how I wanted to represent, or what impact I wanted to create? Is this the message I really wanted to put out to people? And I thought about this concept when a lot of people, when they're putting out content, there's certain layers that they go through. There's certain levels that they have to go through in order to get, I guess, the truest self coming out, you can say. That's the thing I want to bring to the video. So I went back and I asked my question, how could I bring the truest version of myself to the camera? Now, of course, it's still a growing process, because maybe a year from now, I'll look at this video and say, I don't think that was the most authentic version of me. And maybe a year from then, I'll look at it and say, maybe that wasn't even the most authentic version of me. But it's all a transformative process. And I guess you could say this is the truest version of me at the current time on camera. So there's a lot of shit I had to get together, but more specifically, I had to start thinking and just being unfiltered on the camera. So it leads me into my topic today, which is how your business becomes a mirror of who you are. Now, there's a couple areas I wanted to focus on when talking about this, and something that I came up with is how, just on a lower level and on a higher level, your behaviors affect the way your business is perceived. And then I want to talk about how your business needs to be in alignment with who you are in order for your business to actually go to a higher level, or that visionary type level. And of course, what behaviors you want to think about when it comes to building a business that's visionary. So the first area that I wanted to explore, and the first thing I think it's necessary for us to talk about, is how it affects your business on a high level or on a low level when it comes to behaviors. Now, let's take this example. Say you're somebody who doesn't get up on time. And as a result, you're not getting up on time. You don't open your storefront on time. People can't call you at a certain time. Well, your business, it can't open, it can't operate. Now think about this. This is how people are going to start perceiving your business. But because you're not reliable, because you're not consistent, and people can't come to rely on you, that's the perception that your business has. Now, what about how you interact with people? Your day-to-day interacting with your staff, interacting with customers or clients. The same thing holds true. If you're a bit of an asshole, then that's what people are going to perceive your business as. Somebody who doesn't know how to deal with people. But on the other end, if you're somebody who knows how to deal with people, somebody who knows how to handle and manage your team well, then that's going to be the same perception in your business. I was recently reading Sam Walton's Made in America, and it was talking about how he treated his associates. I think in the book he was very honest about how at the beginning he wasn't even paying his associates well, and how he took strides to be perceived a certain way. But that came from a core set of vision or core values that he held personally. And I think this is true in anybody trying to build a visionary business. But I think that brings me to my next point of alignment, and your business being in alignment. And I want to talk about this more specifically because I see a lot of people's business not being in alignment, not so much because they don't want to put out that impact, but more specifically because what they don't want to be criticized for, or the fear that they have of rejection, or whatever the case may be. Now, let's take alignment. Let's take ideas. You have certain ideas you want to put out, and maybe they're good ideas, or maybe you don't think they're bad ideas. And I've thought about this for a long time after reading a book called Nathaniel Branden's The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. I urge anybody to read that book. But in the book, he talks about self-worth, or people having average levels of self-esteem. So what's average self-esteem versus low self-esteem? Low self-esteem is more hating yourself, complete hating yourself. Nothing that you do is of value. But on the average level, you may not hate yourself, but still you may value other people's opinions, other people's ideas over yours. But when you get a high level of self-esteem, you value who you are, and it's not dependent on what you do, what you say, or anything like that. It's really dependent on the core essence of who you are. So how does this correlate to not being in alignment with our business or our ideas? I came to this conclusion because I think a lot of people are scared to put out their ideas because they need somebody else to validate it or give it value. So if I come in and I say, I have this great idea to create this new product or create this new app, for example, and then somebody might come in, somebody maybe I respect, and they say, that's a stupid idea. Why would you ever do something like that? Now, if I have a low level of self-esteem, I'm going to take that to heart, and I'm not going to really push to get my idea out. But I'm not seeing it from a level that the idea has worth because it's come from me. And this is how businesses, I believe, come out of alignment. I think people get on the camera, or they get out there in the world, or they put an idea out, and they're trying to put out what they think people might like, instead of trying to find the people who like the idea or like the impact that they're trying to create. So This brought me to the last thought of behaviors. How does this affect the behaviors? How does your business be in alignment and the behaviors that you use come full circle? So the conclusion I came to was that if you're out of alignment on one end, it's affected all the way down to the bottom end. So if you think people are going to want a certain type of behavior, you might get on here and maybe overplay it. Maybe you're like, hey, how's it going, guys? This Prinston Hicks coming from the Cineverse. Or maybe you underplay it. I mean, trying to be cool, I guess you could say. You could sit back and say, hey, this is Prinston Hicks coming to you from the Cineverse. But when you really think about it, neither of these are in alignment with how you actually feel. But the most authentic thing you could do is just put it out there unfiltered. I mean, people may give you shit for it. People may criticize you. People may even reject what you're doing, and you're going to want those people rejected. But to build something visionary, to build a business that's truly unique, is going to have to come from the unique person you are. So what behaviors do you want to carry out to make your business unique, rather? So the simple way I can look at this is say the behaviors that are most true to you. So let me give you an example of this. Say that you're a person who likes to curse a lot on camera, or say you're a person who's very soft-spoken, or maybe you're very child-friendly. All these behaviors will be wrong depending on the person who enacted them. So if you're a person, you just watch somebody else and maybe they curse a lot on camera, or maybe there's a person you've seen, they're really nice on camera, they're really smooth, maybe they have a nice flow about them on camera, and you try to copy that or you try to imitate that, it's going to come off being unaligned with who you are. But on the same token, if you're somebody who says, well, I am that type of person, and you align with that, that's what you're going to be able to put out and be authentic with it. And that's the same thing with your business. You can't create an impact doing something that you really have no passion for. And that's where a lot of people miss the idea of creating their success. True, you may be able to make money. True, you may be able to get some level of achievement. When we talk about success, we're talking about something that you really want, something, a worthy ideal that you're striving for and you're going after, and it's fulfilling to who you are. So I thought about all these things, and I thought about it as far as something I just wanted to bring to camera because I believe it's something that we all struggle with, and that's the fear of criticism, bringing what we really want out there. And I think that's the biggest thing that separates us from going from ordinary all the way to the visionary level. And that's what I want, is for people to go from the ordinary to the visionary. I talk about this with my friends, I talk about this with my family, and trying to just become the best version of yourself and how that ties into business. I think they're not separate if you're going to create something that's truly unique. So with that, if you want to hear me discuss anything on this video blog, just any topic at all, anything you want perspective on, or any ideas, or anything that you may think of that could be something you might want to hear talked about on camera, leave me a comment below. I read all the comments, I respond to the comments, and if I don't get to the comments, it's probably because I just been busy. But that's what I wanted to wrap with. I feel good to put this video out. I think it's getting to be a more true representation of who I am. And one of the reasons I wanted to do these videos is so you could see my journey, so you could look back on my old videos. I won't take any videos down, no matter what happens. And you can see my journey from beginning to end. You can see how I grow and how I learn these different concepts as they emerge. So the biggest concept, and the concept I want to leave you with, just remember that your business is a mirror of who you are. Think about putting your business in alignment with who you are. That means the behaviors, whether it's getting up on time, be consistent, be reliable, and also think about just all the behaviors that you want your business to enact so people can start perceiving your business in that light. So, as usual, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.